By the way, cats in Monster Hunter always spoke our language. Here is Monster Hunter 1, and here is a feline, and it is a working citizen of the city, and the player can talk to the feline. This feline is speaking our language, right here. Monster Hunter, like many fantasy worlds, heavily implies it has its own languages, absolutely, but the specifics of those fantasy languages have always been largely irrelevant. Instead of teaching us anything about the languages in Monster Hunter, the game presents us with almost all communications in our language instead. There has been only a handful of times where the nuances of the languages in Monster Hunter have actually been addressed. For example, in the localized English version of Monster Hunter Tri, the Argosy captain will use distinctly Japanese words and onomatopoeia alongside the standard English text. I believe this is only to imply that he is from a region in the world of Monster Hunter that is equivalent to Japan, similar to like Yukumo or Kimura Village. But if anything, all this proves is that Monster Hunter is intended to be a reflection of our real world, and the languages spoken in Monster Hunter are just meant to reflect our own languages. So the languages don't really matter. If Capcom suddenly declared that the quote-unquote Monster Hunter language has been retconned, and the languages spoken in Monster Hunter have just always been our real-world languages, it wouldn't change a thing. If anything, it would only explain things better. Is Tigrex, or Tigrex if you prefer, actually derived from the words tiger and rex? And for that matter, is tiger-striped Zamtrios derived from tiger or Tigrex, or Tigrex? And why does the provisions manager have a French accent? What's that about? And what about the location name, the Caverns of El Dorado? Like, that's a mix of two different Earth languages. And what do you know? They removed the option for the Monster Hunter language in Monster Hunter Wilds. And I have only one thing to say. Good! It was a waste of resources. Instead, those resources could go into producing more language dubs to reach a wider audience, and also provide a proper voice for the player's Palico companion. In my opinion, Monster Hunter World made the mistake of not giving any voice to any of the felines. And I believe this led to people believing, falsely, that the cats in Monster Hunter have always exclusively spoken in a cat language, that they speak in meows, and that the hunter can just simply understand the meows. But this is not true. The meows and the cat puns were actually an accent. The cats were always speaking our language with an accent. In Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, there's a feline character that does not speak with any cat puns or accent, and this is because she's trained herself to speak our language proficiently, and actually she mentions that she doesn't like her slip-ups when she does on occasion. I believe that this character trait is tied to a desire to be treated with higher respect in the hunting guild, but that's just speculation. Let's be very clear here. The cats can speak in a cat language, and they do have a cat language. The wild feline and Melinx probably speak exclusively in their cat language. However, the felines that have integrated themselves into human and wyverian societies have learned our languages, and they speak them with a cat accent. The main reason why I'm not disturbed when our Palico talks in Monster Hunter Wilds is because they have, on multiple occasions, already presented cats speaking our language in assorted Monster Hunter material. In the canon movie, Legends of the Guild, the cat talks. In both of the anime productions, the cats talk, even if these anime productions aren't considered canon. And, I mean, the cat talks in this commercial. Okay, maybe that's not the strongest piece of evidence. The point is, unfortunately, when the first 4 generations of Monster Hunter never had voice acting, that applied to every character, even the human characters. And as a byproduct, the voice of the cat characters was stylized with meows. But outside of the games, where the budget allowed it, the cat characters were properly given voices in our languages. I think certain audiences are afraid of cats talking because to them it's too silly for their crazy dinosaur hunting game, but I believe the working relationship between the hunter and the Palico is actually incredibly important, and it's an often forgotten part of Monster Hunter's unique identity and worldview. In this fantasy realm, cats exist, but instead of being normal pets, they are upstanding companions to humanity in every way, and they help humanity in their struggle to live alongside nature. The companionship is similar to how real-world cats became companions to humans in real life, for mutual benefit and survival. But like everything in Monster Hunter, it's a reflection and an exaggeration of our real life. So obviously cats have been exaggerated, so now they stand, they talk, and they hunt with weapons alongside humans instead of just, chasing the mice around your yard. Unironically, the cats talking was needed in order to convey to the audience that these characters are part of the game world, whether you think it's cringe or weird or not. Monster Hunter balances the gritty hardships of wrestling nature with the soft friendliness of human companionship, and it's elevated by the deep bonds that humans have with cats. They have an opportunity in Monster Hunter Wilds to inform the audience to take your cat seriously. This cat is no different than the other hunters that want to help you take down the big monsters. They want to help you take down the big monsters. They want to support you. They just happen to have a funny cat accent and have a funny cat voice.